All right, this might come as a surprise to a lot of you, but I actually never played basketball in high school. As a matter of fact, I was pretty terrible. I also played 3 games on the JV team at Northwestern State, where I was also terrible. But after college, I actually started improving and developing my skill, and long story short, I actually play overseas in the second league in Europe. So this video is the top 10 things I've learned as a basketball player in Europe. So number one is screens. Do you know how many damn screens I have to run through per week? Just at practice, you're looking at running through 300 or 400 screens per week. And it's not screens by little people. It's screens by gigantic post players. And if you want to go down, then you get trapped by the big man and he's going to dominate you. If you want to go over the screen, then you got to run through it over and over and over. And then you got to be speedy and catch up to the guard. So learning how to deal with screens has actually been super new to me. I just thought it was one-on-one defense and maybe you just breeze through a couple screens. No. When you play at the higher level, they know exactly what they want to do and they can do it sharp and super quick. So the screen game for me has been mind-blowing. I didn't know I was going to be getting beat up and bruised trying to run through all these screens. Second thing I learned from playing overseas is that playing within the system is actually super important. Sometimes I want to do way too much. I want to be everywhere. I want to rebound. I want to shoot. I want to play D. I want to double. I want to do all this kind of stuff. But actually, sometimes the best decision is just for your role is just to stay in the corner. And so playing your role within the system, finding out the system and how all the pieces move fluidly and everybody has their certain things that they want to do. For me, I really actually didn't realize that how important playing within the system is. And I think most people don't actually realize how important it is. But playing within the system is something that was a completely new idea to me. This one was actually a real shocker to me. The skill of playing basketball, the skill of something you do on the court is actually more important than physical fitness. I know this to me was a shocker because I'm looking at dudes who don't look as fit as me or in shape as me, and they're coming up with 30 points a game. And they're coming up with just laser arms with their 3-pointers, with the mid-range, with their jump hooks. Your skill when it comes to being on the court, your pump fakes, your counters, all your different moves actually is more valuable than someone who's super in shape. So that to me was a huge shocker. Because they got people out here who don't look like they can hoop, and because they're so skilled, they're really good. Number 4 is playing team ball. I think in America, ISO ball is super prevalent. I've never seen in Europe people get out of the way. ISO. This is one-on-one. This is one-on-one. Move out of the way. I'm about to go one-on-one. We don't even have a playbook. We don't even have a play in the playbook called ISO. The plays that we have that are set up for certain people, there's still action involved with the rest of the team. So in Europe, they play way more team ball. As a matter of fact, when I was playing in the lower leagues where I started, the coach used to get super pissed at me because every time the ball hit my hands, it would stick there. I was like, okay, my time to shine, move out of the way. I got a couple dribbles, a couple stuff I want to do. And as soon as I took more than 2 seconds, the coach was yelling at me about move it, because the ball would always stick with me. So actually in Europe, team ball is preferred over ISO. You rarely ever see ISO unless the person is super good. Okay, so I spent most of my life being an American football kicker, and I already knew we had it easy at practice. That's not what this conversation is about. But being a basketball player, your recovery has to be a lot different. You're using every inch of your body. You have to recover. You have to be off your feet. You got to watch your joints, your knees. You got to stretch. It's totally different than being a kicker in college. So that's like super obvious to a lot of y'all. But for me, I was like, whoa, I need some ice bags. I need a bandage. Man, I really, taking care of your body as a basketball player was totally different to me. 6, this is actually super important, which I knew, but I didn't fully realize until I got here and have played for 3 years. But team chemistry is actually super important. What you need from your teammates is confidence boosters. You need people to talk to you in a certain way that you understand. Okay, if people are ignoring you or you're not communicating you want to see happen, then you're really going to run into some issues on the court. You really need to have good chemistry because good teams, they know exactly what they want to do, who's going to do what, at what exact time, and basketball really is a sport decisions are made in milliseconds. You have to decide whether you want to drive, shoot, pump, pass in literally half a second. The better your team chemistry is, the more likely you're going to win the game, to be honest, because you know exactly what everybody wants to do and when they want to do it. And that is actually super valuable in a basketball game that is played with millisecond decision. The seventh thing I learned from playing basketball overseas is that every single action that you take has consequences, okay? If you go for that rebound, okay, and you don't get it, you don't get the offensive board, your man is down the court. So you have to really be thinking like, hey, is there a safety back there who's got my help? Should I even go for this? Did I box out? All kinds of stuff. So every action that you choose, there's somebody else playing just as hard and trying to score and win the game for them. So really, this was something I had to learn, that listen, everything that you do, if you shoot a three and you hold your arm there in the air and hit the three and you're just watching, your man is down the court. So you really have to be locked in and laser focused throughout the whole game, throughout the whole practice, because every little action that you take, it has a consequence somewhere else. Even the spacing on the floor, if you're here instead of really in the corner, or you're in the short corner and you're not all the way out to the three, that has consequences for other people on the floor. So that was something new to me. Number 8, another thing I learned is that if you're not engaged, you are going to get burned, okay? At this level, you're not playing at LA Fitness anymore. You're not playing against people who like kind of play, or if you show up to practice and you're kind of tired and you're not really focused, you're gonna get burned. Trust me, I've gotten absolutely destroyed many practices because I'm just not there mentally. You have to be locked in or you're going to get destroyed. You have to be thinking. There's so many things on the court, especially during a game. You got to be in your spot. You got to have your hands in the right place. You got to be everything, man. Your opponent is looking to score on you, and you got to be alert. So if you're off focus, you're going to get destroyed. That's something that I had to learn. Number 9, closing off this list. When you do shooting drills, yes, it's for muscle memory. Yes, you want to improve your shooting technique, of course, but really shooting is more about confidence, and it's going to lead to you during a game saying, yeah, I can take this and hit this shot because I practiced it. So shooting is, of course, muscle memory, but also for the mental. There's a lot of times, I'm not really a mid-range jump shooter, but recently I feel fully confident in taking that mid-range jumper because I've practiced it. There's practices where you can't leave a spot until you make a certain amount. Like you cannot go home until you finish 15 or 30 from that one spot on that one part of the court. So shooting is really about your confidence. It's not so much just muscle memory. This is the last thing that I learned as an overseas player in the second league. Shooters shoot. I still don't fully have the grasp on this because I'm an overthinker, but shooters shoot. You shoot the ball. You're open, you shoot it. You catch, you shoot. Position yourself, catch, shoot. That's it, okay? Because if you catch it and you think, dang, I missed the last 2, and maybe that guy in the post is open, or maybe I should jab. Oh, whoa. First of all, people are going to be pissed, and you're probably, whatever you're going to do, it's too late, okay? So really, shooters shoot. Me, in my case, if I've missed 3 or 4 in a row, I'm going to think about getting the ball somewhere else or contributing in a different way because that's just who I am. But I've never been yelled at so many times for not shooting the ball. I've never been yelled at so many times for not shooting the ball. I can't even believe it. I don't realize that people have given me the green light because I can do it. I'm just always thinking about a million things. So something I had to learn is that shooters shoot. That's your job, okay? If you're open, you definitely shoot it, okay? And even if it's contested, it's okay. You still get the pass. You want to make intelligent shots, but the last thing that I've learned in this list is that shooters shoot. So it's a really long story to talk about how I ended up playing over here. Maybe I'll make another video on that if you guys are interested. But those are 10 things that I did not know before I started playing over here in Europe, which is shocking to some, and if you know me, then it's not so shocking. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like it, share it with your basketball friends, comment some things. I'm still learning and growing, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.